A 19-year-old online millionaire shows off his Lamborghini. A guru teaches dropshipping from his beachfront villa. Now, they have one thing in common. They want to sell you the secret to passive income. But if you notice something strange, if their passive income strategies work so well, why are they spending their time making courses about it instead of, enjoying their passive income? Instead of trying to sell you on another dream, I'm going to break down the actual numbers behind passive income. So let's talk about what passive income really looks like. You know those perfect garden photos on Instagram? The ones with spotless tomatoes, not a weed anywhere? No one shows you the months of work that go before that first vegetable, the soil testing, the daily watering, the constant battle against pests, even building a fence to keep the rabbits out. Now, these passive income gurus are doing the exact same thing. They're showing you the harvest, but hiding all the work. They flash their fancy cars and income screenshots, but conveniently skip over the years of failed attempts and massive upfront investments. So let me give you some real numbers. A typical dropshipping attempt, $200 on Facebook ads, another $100 on domains and product testing, hours watching tutorials and building the store. That's not even including the cost to buy the dropshipping course itself. And the final result, 0 sales. Not a single order. This is what actually happens to most people. They burn through their savings before they make their first sale. Now, you've probably heard that the average millionaire has 7 income streams. That sounds amazing, right? But here's what they don't tell you. None of them started with 7 streams. They built one successful business first. Only then did they have enough money to invest in other ventures. And that first successful business, it usually starts with a regular job. But these gurus don't talk about how normal careers actually work. They talk about trading time for money as if that's a horrible thing that no one should ever do. Now, yes, in most regular jobs, you want to make more money, you work more hours. Your income goes up with the time you put in. But there's a ceiling, of course. You can only work so many hours. These passive income schemes promise to break that connection between hours and income. And yes, that's possible. But here's what they don't tell you. Most successful entrepreneurs work way more hours than people with regular jobs. They're not working less for more money. They're working double the hours, often for years, before seeing any real return. Nearly every passive income strategy they're selling has 0 barriers to entry, no competitive advantage, no moat. Just thousands of people all trying to sell the same dropship products or promote the same affiliate links. This is how Etsy ends up with a dozen sellers for socks with your face on them. Or take a look at affiliate marketing. The math seems simple. Spend $500 on your website and tools, promote some products, and watch the commissions roll in. Now, it can work, absolutely. But as with dropshipping, the lack of barriers to entry means any niche you find where you can actually make money will quickly be overwhelmed by new entrants. Maybe a solid site in dropshipping or affiliate will make good money for a few months, maybe even for a year, but it will decline over time. Michael Porter, a Harvard business professor, identified this issue and named it threat of new entry. This competitive force makes building above average income very difficult. Other people launch the same business in the same space as soon as one company starts making money. There's no moat to stop new businesses. So do you want to see what a real business moat looks like? In 1911, 114 years ago, Coca-Cola spent what would be $35 million today just on running ads. Now, they spend billions annually just to keep their position. That's what it takes to build a real lasting income, the kind of advantage Warren Buffett saw when he invested in them. But these passive income schemes being sold, 0 barriers to entry, no competitive advantage, just thousands of people all trying to sell the same dropship product or promote the same affiliate links. Now, sure, you're going to find testimonials from people who made it work with dropshipping or affiliate marketing. They're probably real, people who got in early and had that advantage. But trying those same strategies today, you're fighting against thousands of competitors who've completely saturated the market. So let's break down another popular passive income fantasy, real estate investing. Now, these investors love posting their rental income on social media. And what they don't post are the 3 a.m. calls about broken water heaters, the $20,000 roof replacements, the months of lost income dealing with evictions. You want to see the real numbers on real estate? Let's take a $300,000 property. The gurus will say, just put 5% down. That's $15,000. Sounds way better than the traditional 20% down payment of $60,000. But now you've borrowed $285,000 on a property you barely own. One bad tenant, one major repair, a few months without rent, and you could be underwater fast. Not to say real estate investing is bad, but you need enough backup to weather the storm. Now, what about the stock market? The long-term average is 10% before inflation. Most financial advisors use the 4% rule, meaning if you want $75,000 a year, you'll need about $2 million invested. Do you have $2 million sitting around? No? Well, then let's talk about what these gurus are actually selling. Look at what happened with crypto in 2023. Last year we have data. 70,000 Americans lost a total of $6 billion to crypto scams. And those trading bot promoters, they'll show you screenshots of 300% gains in a month. But ask them for a 2-year track record. Ask them to show you their losses. They can't, because these bots don't work in the long term. If they did, why would they sell them for $49.99 a month? Think about it. If these bots really worked, they'd be running hedge funds, making billions instead of selling bots online. Even the most successful hedge funds around, like Millennium Management, the hedge funds that make their founders billionaires, they typically only beat the market by a few percentage points. And these bot sellers have another trick up their sleeve, the endless upsell. They love sharing overnight success stories, but they always skip the important parts. Like the 23-year-old real estate millionaire who was lucky enough to start with a small $1 million loan from his parents. Or the digital nomad in Bali who had a 6-figure tech job for 5 years before quitting. So after seeing all of these failed passive income schemes, what actually works? After working with hundreds of entrepreneurs, I've seen what separates success from failure. It's not just about effort, though that's huge. It's not just about luck, though that plays a part. The real difference? 3 things: picking the right business model with actual barriers to entry, having enough runway to survive the learning curve, and being willing to adapt when things aren't working. Most people fail because they run out of money before figuring out what works in their market. So here's what actually works for building sustainable wealth. Master one thing first. Could be a skill, a business, a profession, but master it. Build your moat. Create value no one else can copy easily. Then use that success to expand into other ventures. It won't fit in a TikTok, but it will work. Now here's what nobody talks about. Everything that actually makes money needs either serious upfront capital, months or years of unpaid work, but usually both. So take my SEO agency. I spent 3 years building it to 7 figures. During those first years, I wasn't posting income screenshots. I wasn't selling courses. I was doing the work, building systems that actually deliver results for clients. Now, you might be thinking, wait, don't you have a course yourself? And you're right, I do. But it's not about passive income or get-rich-quick schemes. It's the actual training material I developed for my employees, showing them how to use AI for client fulfillment. So let me be straight with you. Building a business is hard. Running an agency means dealing with challenges every single day. There'll be times when you question everything. My course, my community, they exist to help you handle those real challenges, not to promise overnight riches. In this next video, I'm going to show you how to start building a real online business while keeping your full-time job. Not the fantasy version, the actual steps I use to build my business while working 9 to 5. I'll show you what tasks to focus on first, how to manage your time, and most importantly, how to avoid the expensive mistakes that most people make when they're starting out. The truth about building real income, it takes work. But if you're ready to put in that work, I'll show you how to do it the right way. Click right here and I'll show you exactly how to get started.